This is a story about a treasure hunt. A couple of months after Aaron and I launched Piper Creative, I was messing around rearranging the letters in the company name and discovered that they could alternatively spell Epic Privateer. I knew immediately that I would have to do something with that, but at the time I didn't know what. A few months went by, and then one day while I was taking a walk, a vision for a complete art collection hit me like a tidal wave. I wanted to build off of the nautical roots of the word privateer and tell the story of how Piper Creative came to be from my perspective through maritime-themed paintings. But there would be one more layer. The collection would double as a treasure hunt. It would be an interactive art viewing experience. The body of work would be made up of 12 paintings, but one would be missing, and clues to its location would be interwoven throughout the other 11 paintings.
The secret lies with Charlotte.
So the idea was there, and as far as execution went, the first logical step seemed to be to figure out where the missing painting should actually be hidden. Because the story I wanted to tell was deeply personal, but the collection itself had nautical and maritime themes, I thought that the perfect location was where the Grandview Ship Hotel once stood. As I not so subtly explained in this Instagram caption, the Grandview Ship Hotel was built in 1932. The idea behind it was inspired by the wave-like appearances of the Allegheny Mountains, and its main attraction was that you could see 3 states and 7 counties with a telescope on the ship's deck. In 2001, the hotel mysteriously burnt down, leaving behind a beautiful view on the side of the Lincoln Highway. My grandfather built a cabin a few miles away from the ship hotel, and so I grew up stopping at this lookout spot often and admiring the scenery. This location hit the criteria of both meaning something to me personally and perfectly tying in with the theme of the collection. The next 6 months were spent mapping out the contents of the paintings themselves, which moments of my life deserved to be represented, and what codes and clues were going to be incorporated. The paintings were all at least 30 by 30 inches, and they told stories of my childhood, growing up and discovering I wanted to pursue a creative career, and finally, teaming up with Aaron and sharing our mission, vision, and passion for Piper Creative. Now, I want to pause here and explain why the 11th piece of the collection is so pivotal to the story. The piece itself is titled Epic Privateer, so it's a depiction of me creating the collection in real time. As you can see, I painted myself painting myself. This painting also holds the keys to the codes in the other paintings. Here are the 2 puzzles I used. Maritime flag signals. This was designed to be the first code deciphered. In several of the pieces, there are ships with flags on them, and by following the key given in piece number 11, the flags translate to say, "See the light, be the light, and find the lights." There's one more phrase in there too if you feel like looking for yourself. Anyway, those phrases were supposed to direct your attention to the lanterns or the lights in each painting. This puzzle was a little trickier. I used something called the Pigpen code. Next to or inside each lantern was a symbol, and each of these symbols stood for a different letter. By collecting all 18 letters, you could unscramble them to spell out Grandview Ship Hotel. To my surprise and delight, by the end of the night at the collection launch party, several guests were well on their way to figuring out the mystery.
This is where the story gets interesting.
A few days later, a trusted source of mine reported from the drop spot that the painting had been found. I made the trek out myself, and after inspecting the area, I came across some tokens that the Epic Privateers had left me.